Because Grand Wormwood was bad, and it was bad, why? Because it contained Thujan. Well, that's quite convenient, because if you want to pick on absinthe and you want to start a smear campaign against absinthe, you pick the one ingredient that you find in absinthe that you find in virtually nothing else, which is what? Absinthe. And you say it's bad for you. Why? Because it's a poison. It contains something called Thujan. Well, there were all sorts of theories, and one thing I found was that when I analyzed these bottles of vintage absinthe, and distilled, of course, absinthe, which I've been distilling professionally for 9 years. Studied it for 19, distilled it on a research basis for 18, distilled it commercially for 9. Where's all the Thujan? It's not there. There's never more than a trace. But it doesn't matter because it's not hallucinogenic. You will not find one scientific study that says that Thujan is hallucinogenic. And there's some brands out there that try and say, oh, we have a lot of Thujan in this. But Detling and Grass in 2004 demonstrated that human subjects cannot distinguish absinthe based upon Thujan at all, and never could. If I take the same bottle, one brand of absinthe from the 19th century, and I analyze 6 different bottles, I'll find Thujan concentrations ranging from like 0 to 48 parts per million. There's no rhyme or reason to it. And even 48 parts per million is a trace, and only a fraction of what would be needed to make Thujan significant from a pharmacological standpoint. Yes. The thing about absinthe is that one thing I want to say about absinthe is, remember, it goes down easily, but you're still drinking a 68% alcohol. And if you truly want to experience what like the Bohemian artists of Paris did in the 19th century, then I have a suggestion. Start off at breakfast, drink some coffee, eat a piece of bread, maybe do the same at lunch, smoke a tobacco pipe all day long, and at 5 o'clock in the afternoon on an empty stomach, have about 5 to 6 glasses of absinthe, and you can get back to me and tell me what you think. I can tell you it's not a way that I really want to live yet. And more often than not, when someone makes a Thujan claim on a bottle, it's incorrect. Any more questions about absinthe? Okay, well that's great, because we are just about out of time.
350.
We rushed through it, charged through it. You got 4 good tastings of quality products, and we have 1 more question. The plant absinthe. The absinthe plant grows wild in many places. It grows wild in France. It probably grows wild in the UK, a dozen states. But it's just like every grape that you know, just every bunch grape that you know, whether it's Cabernet Sauvignon, Pinot Noir, or Chardonnay, it's all Venus benevolens, right? It's all the same genus and species. When it comes to absinthe, just like grapes, there are certain varieties, and they're different, and they're all a little different. And the variety that a distiller uses for his absinthe can make it a little bit different. And I can tell you that what I find growing wild in the Rocky Mountains in the States is very different from what I find growing wild in the Alps, for example, in France or Switzerland. It's quite interesting. The rabbit hole in this subject goes very, very deep. Very deep. This is just the tip of the iceberg. All right, so I hope you all enjoyed it. Hope I taught you something. Hope you enjoyed it. Enjoy the rest of the show.